Everyone, Janet here for another Course in Miracles lesson. Today is 54 and today is a review period. So we're reviewing lessons 16 to 20 today. So I'm going to read them out, go through each one slightly different. Remember, we have to give them 2 minutes of our time today to really take in and then use them in our day to deal with whatever situation arises, anything that causes disturbance, distress, whatever it is, the minor to the major. Use these lessons to whichever one it is as well. There's different ones, so use which one would fit the scenario that you're dealing with in that moment. So that's what these are for today. So we've got 5 to review, and all information will be under this video if you want to read it yourself, or if you might have the book yourself and you can read along. So the first lesson that we're reviewing is lesson 16, which is I have no neutral thoughts. Neutral thoughts are impossible because all thoughts have power. They will either make a false world or lead me to the real one. But thoughts cannot be without effects. As the world I see arises from thinking errors, so will the real world rise before my eyes as I let my errors be corrected. My thoughts cannot be neither true nor false. They must be one or the other. What I see shows me which they are. So this one is basically just showing us that what we think we end up seeing in the world, because what's going on in our mind creates the scenario in the world, and thus we get the confirmation. So we're like, yeah, the world's like that because I knew, but really, if you change that thought in your mind, the world outside changes as well. That's the miracle of it. So yes, maneuvering the thoughts is very powerful, and that's what this is letting us know, really. I have no neutral thoughts, and there's nothing that is neutral. They all have power, whether it's good or bad, and you want good ones. Well, they say not the like separate things, but the ones of love, should I say. We have thoughts of love. They're the ones we want to power in this world. So yeah, focus on love thoughts. If you're feeling your mind is saying something today about somebody or something, change it in your mind, not the external, change it in here, and then the outside will change. That's the cause. Right, the second one is lesson 17. I see no neutral things. What I see witnesses to what I think. If I did not think, I would not exist, because life is thought. Let me look on the world I see as the representation of my own state of mind. I know that my state of mind can change, and so I also know the world I see can change as well. So there's confirmation. You'll have had a scenario in your life where a situation has been causing you problems all this time, and then suddenly you shifted the way you thought about it, and suddenly it disappeared. And that's one thing when because I studied theta healing, and it's all about changing beliefs. Now, beliefs are powerful because they're a set thought that we think over and over and over again. That becomes a belief. When you shift those beliefs, those core ones, it just shifts. It changes your world because they're no longer there. And you think it's the people outside that's changed, but it's not. It's your thinking that's shifted, and thus it miraculously disappears. So yes, I see no neutral things. The things you're looking at, you're putting meaning and power on from the mind. So remember that one today. Change it up if it's doing it to you today. The next lesson to review is 18. I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing. If I have no private thoughts, I cannot see a private world. Even the mad idea of separation had to be shared before it could form the basis of the world I see. Yet that sharing was a sharing of nothing. I can also call upon my real thoughts, which share everything with everyone. As my thoughts of separation call to the separation thoughts of others, so my real thoughts awaken the real thoughts in them. And the world my real thoughts show me will dawn on their sight as well as mine. Ha! How great is that? So if you change your thinking, you're going to change the world as well, Because what we do, I remember reading something that Deepak Chopra said, and he was talking about how they couldn't, in science, they've never been able to find in the mind where memory comes from. And he believes, his religion believes, that they come externally. There's something, because they can't trace it in your mind, it's like they are out there. And our thoughts are all out in the universe. We kind of draw them in. So if you think that your thinking has an impact on the whole world, so if you're seeing fear, you have a thought of fear and you make that powerful, then you're having a knock-on effect, like that butterfly effect. You know, it's like you throw out negativity and it goes bam, 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 out to the world. And other people are kind of like going into that. They feel it, and there's a thought there. Just imagine it has that ripple effect, like you're dropping something into the ocean and you see the ripple going out. So by changing your thoughts to ones of positive, you'll have a powerful impact on the world. Now, see, we are really powerful. We don't realize, you know, the power of our individuality can transform the world in such a way by thinking better thoughts, by thinking thoughts of love, by bringing the creator back into awareness, into life, rather than the separation, the ego into life, which is causing all the destruction, the war, the unrest, all of the things that we fear and are scared of. You know, the world is not uncertain to our creator. The world is only uncertain to the ego. And we, if we get into the creator's energy, will just flow with peace and grace and love. That's it. That's what'll happen. So, I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing. The next review lesson is 19. I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my thoughts. I am alone in nothing. Everything I think or say or do teaches all the universe. A daughter of God cannot think or speak or act in vain. She cannot be alone in anything. It is therefore in my power to change every mind along with mine, for mine is the power of God. So yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. The first 18 is sort of on your seeing, so you're looking at the world, and you know, anything that you see basically has, because they work in tandem. It's like you see something, you create a thought on it, and you have something in your head and you create an external thought. So it's like your thinking projects to the world, and your seeing confirms and brings it back. So it's like a bouncing effect, you know, bang, boom, bam, boom, in and out. There we go. Seeing, believing, seeing, believing. So from the seeing aspect, we change internally the thinking aspect, and thus the world around us changes. So they both work in tandem, these two lessons, 18 and 19. The next review is 20. I am determined to see. Recognizing the shared nature of my thoughts, I am determined to see. I would look upon the witnesses that show me the thinking of the world has been changed. I would behold the proof that what has been done through me has enabled love to replace fear, laughter to replace tears, and abundance to replace loss. I would look upon the world and let it teach me that my will and the will of God are one. So using the lesson there, 18 and 19, the seeing and the thinking, then become determined to see the truth, determined to see what really is out there, not what you project from your mind, but what is the truth, the loving presence that is around in all of us. That's what this lesson sort of, they're all tying in together beautifully to get us really today to start using our thoughts in a powerful way, in a way that brings, you know, love and peace into the world. And you think, oh, I'm just this little me on my own, you know, that's not really going to change the world. Yes, it is. It's going to change the world in such a wonderful way. So, you know, use your mind, the power that you've been given in that mind to create a beautiful world. Because if you create a beautiful world in you, you create a beautiful world in me. So if you think of each other as we're looking at each other, you know, start thinking those good thoughts. Start saying, you know, I love myself and I love you. You know, it's this, you know, people think that, oh, lovey-dovey, it's also, you know, don't you think that's an aspect of the ego that's done that? Because it doesn't like love. Love gets rid of the ego. If there was love everywhere, there'd be no ego, and then it would just be disastrous to the ego, wouldn't it? So, yes, think of that. And the ego's not a bad thing, you know, you can put love on that as well. It's just trying to help you. It's trying to, it's scared basically. It's a fear thing, and it's just scared, and it thinks because it's separated off and it's trying to survive the world of uncertainty, you know, it's created all this craziness. It's almost like bring love to your ego too, and then it can integrate within you and just transform. And yeah, what a beautiful world we can have out there. So, lesson 54. I'll just go over the 5 again, just so you've got a quick recap. I have no neutral thoughts is 16. I see no neutral things is 17. I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing is 18. I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my thoughts, 19. And I am determined to see, 20. So yes, let you see a wonderful world. Let us all see a wonderful world, and together we can make it so. So use this lesson to transform your world and everyone else's, and we'll be back tomorrow for lesson 55, another review. So I'll see you all then. Thanks everyone. Take care. Bye.